let's break down today's day. So the reason I'm recording this late is because the USD JPY trade took way longer than expected to play out. So let's start with NQ today. I was on the wrong side of the market, as you can see, but still the market isn't really good. So we have to bear with that. So I was kind of bullish still. I'm still expecting this daily switch to the buy side to actually play out instead of going up. So from there on I saw that we have liquidity levels on here. We have the relative lows here and Asia low here, and we had this beautiful 1 hour volume imbalance. So I was expecting the price to reach into that, sweep liquidity, and then give me a buy. That's exactly what happened. We swept to the liquidity, reached to the imbalance, gave me a break structure on this high, and then inverse on this fair value gap, and then I went to the retracement, which we had with this candle, into the equilibrium of the move. From there we got a nice 1 minute inversion, which was my entry, very volatile, which is what I liked. I was targeting these guys, as you can see, it stopped me out fair and square. So this is a good setup, and I would not change it. Okay, so let's start. Let's go over to USD JPY, break this down. This trade was very good. So I was watching for price. So as we can see, price took out Asia high and then gave a break structure right here. But if I enter right here and put my stop above these highs, I would be stopped out. As you can see, the reason for that is because price just took out weekly sell side, and weekly levels are strong, so price had to retrace back into something. And what is it retracing into? Something that is reasonable to retrace into is either this fair value gap or this order block. And as you can see, once price retraced back into that fair value gap and order block, and also swept 15-minute buy side right here, then it gave that beautiful 5-minute break structure with a lot of volatility, which is what I liked. So I entered there instantly. Stop above the high, could have been a little bit tighter, but anyway. And then target Asia low. The mistake I made was that when you have these Asia low and Asia high, when you mark them out, the best thing you can do is actually mark out this like this. So the whole wick of that low, because price sometimes tends to do just the things like this. So it reaches into that wick and then goes up. So if I set my take profit like this, which I should have like this, then it will be a nice trade. For the reason why I do this is because of these trades, but they do not make that much difference. 2.46R or 2.6R is literally doesn't make any sense. It's just a small difference, but it makes a lot of difference when things like this happen. So I wasn't paying too much attention to that. So once price reached it and started going back up, I later realized what it is actually, and that I forgot to actually mark out this whole thing. And then also on the 30-minute time frame, you can see that this is an order block, which is another reason why it pushed up. And then once it pushed up through this 1 hour and 1 hour fair value gap, I was just waiting for price to reach 16, and then I closed out for 1% in profit around that, because we do not hold any trades after 16. So this is a very solid trade, and I would take it any time, but the only thing I would change is that I would put my stop at high here. Let me find another example of this. It happens, I think, quite often actually. This is a good example. Okay, it's not. Wait a second. Let's just see. So the equivalent of this would be you have to mark out the whole like. Sometimes price tends to reach. So let's say for this example, price sometimes tends to, what it does is it doesn't sweep the low of the Asia session, but it reaches into this wick, and after it reaches it goes up, and that's a good setup sometimes. It doesn't have to always sweep the low actually for it to work. I'm just going to try to find a setup here. But I think I'm gonna pause the video so that I don't waste too much time, because this does not happen that often, but it happens sometimes. Yeah, this is another good example. So we have here a sweep of the high, and then you get a break structure, enter there. This is a 15-minute time frame, but it's the same. Stop above this target. If you targeted Asia low, in this case, you would not get filled. But if you targeted the high of the week, then you will get filled. So this is what I'm talking about. I have to start implementing this because, as you can see, it happens sometimes, and it's better to do this than to be sorry that I didn't do this. So I'm still thankful that I took something on this trade, that I banked some profit, because this is a first trade on my 6K Final Next account, and I'm glad that it's a profitable trade, the first one. This is that I bought the account just in purposes of trading this Forex strategy, because I think there's no point in me trading that competition and trying to be the top 100 out of 30,000 people just to win an account that I can buy. So I bought the account, and I'm gonna see how it goes with this strategy. This strategy is on a winning streak, so at any point now we'll take a loss, but that's fine. Let's go over to gold. This is the trade that I only took on the competition account just for fun. I knew that it wasn't an A+ setup, and the only reason is time. So as you can see, we have this strategy is basically working on that we take the setup until from 2 to 5 a.m. in New York time, and since this setup was actually good, I like the setup. So we are obviously bullish. On the 4-hour time frame, we retraced into the fair value gap right here, and we swept out Asia low. So from there, I waited for a 5-minute break of structure. As you can see, we did not get it nowhere here. So I did not enter on the prop firm, because it doesn't make sense, because we need the time to be right in order for this to be an A+ setup. In this case, it happened after that. This will be original entry for a long right here, and then you would put your stop here and target the Asia high like this. The problem here is that, as you can see, the setup didn't work out. It moved a little bit, but then just stopped you out. And this is mostly, I think, this is basically why you don't execute setups after 5 a.m. because they can do things like this. So with this Forex strategy and with this account that I bought, I'm gonna take only the most A+ setups, because this strategy is very simple, and there's no point for me that I do not execute the best possible setups, because they are so easy to see. So I have to execute the best setups, and I have data that this strategy is profitable. So if I manage to trade this strategy, I should be profitable. So we'll see how that goes with that account. Yeah, the most losses I've seen in a row with this strategy is like 4, I think, or 5. The most wins is, I think, like 5 or 6 wins in a row. So we'll see. This is the 5th win, I think, or 6th, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm documenting it all on Instagram as well. I gave there shorter explanations about strategy and why I took the trade. And here I break it down more in deeper. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you learned something from this video. And yeah, if you have any questions, just send a DM on anything, any social media that they have. You can even type it in the comments, or you can reach out to me on Instagram or on Twitter, or yeah, or on Discord. Yeah, in Discord I'm dropping some sauce as well. So here I'm putting trades here, analysis for at the end of the week, what I'm expecting for what pair, and then as well some wins that I took. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching this.